What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Friday, November 15th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. We got a full moon in Taurus today, so happy full moon, everybody. Definitely pretty intense with Uranus in Taurus, but it is an exalted full moon, and that says something too, and we'll break that down. I do want to give a big happy birthday to my brother, Everett. He won't watch this, but one of my longest friends that I've had in life, and still love you very much, bro. I know we haven't connected too much lately, but still know November 15th is your birthday. It's also Danielle's birthday, so yeah, a couple birthdays going on today. So happy birthday to my Scorpios. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there if you're watching. Let's take a look at the horoscope for this full moon. We're gonna see that moon with Uranus opposing that sun in Scorpio. I mean, this is definitely trying to liberate us. I would say kind of break us free from maybe some kind of insecurities in life that are holding us back from making big decisions for ourselves in terms of what's better and what's more quality. And I think it's time to like try new things and be sort of a rebel for like what our values are in life and be more authentic with our values. It's very interesting having Venus and Capricorn square these nodes very tightly for this. It's very interesting that Saturn stationed direct just before this. So, especially with Venus dispositing this full moon and also being disposited by Saturn, which just went direct in Pisces and finishing up, getting ready to finish its transit in Pisces. It's going to come back, with some retrogrades later next year, but getting ready to really make a push towards Aries and, get ready to meet with Neptune. Like the cycles and kind of like going through the whole 12 signs and meeting with Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto being just, 3.5 days away from coming into Aquarius. We're having to like be more rebels in our life. And I think be able to really define different ways of being and ways of relating with Venus here square to the nose, and especially ruling the South Node and dispositing this full moon. Like we have to like really feel secure in being adaptable, in changing, but also in finding a lot of authority for what we want to be or create or relate with. And I think really be able to put effort into ourselves. And I think the more we're able to like kind of do that North Node Aries and focus on our path and the things that we're trying to build and the things we're kind of trying to create, like obviously in my opinion, with the astrology right now, we're going to be able to relate better because it's Scorpio season and we do want to merge with other people. Like this life isn't about doing it all alone, but we sure do have to be secure and strong within ourselves and identified so that we can have the best things in life. And we're in this interesting place right now where, I mean, this full moon's intense and it could make us want to make big changes in our life and like really stop doing things that are maybe holding us back from more quality, from a better sensory sort of experience of our reality. It's very interesting. And Mercury, of course, is at 16 degrees and opposing Jupiter. It's like our right brain, our left brain are in a battle with each other. Our creative and intuitive mind and our linear thinking mind, they're in this weird battle and they're in each other's homes and they're sharing that mutual reception because of that, which kind of amplifies them in a way, but it also brings up a lot of confusion because Mercury's like wanting to kind of break out of the linear and Jupiter's over there, like our intuitive side's kind of like trying to get into the linear and kind of maybe consolidate some of the bigger hopes or ideals or beliefs and kind of like find a fine line. And it's mentally very taxing. And even with this 12th house, with Saturn coming direct in Pisces, just the mental sort of taxation that can be taking place in life can cause people to spin out of control a little bit. And I think we have to know when we're out of control and how to like course correct. And I think that that's an important part of this too, is like, how do we get back on track? But it's not like on track for where someone or where society has kind of, you know, pre-placed you. This is like getting on your path, your train to wherever that's going to go. And I think to be hopeful for where that train's going to go, but also to know that you are on the right train, you're on the right path. And it might be a path you haven't traveled before. And I think that that's one of the interesting parts about this, because Taurus wants to be very secure and almost play things safe and like take it slow. And Scorpio's more risk taking, and it kind of wants that edge and that intensity. And Uranus kind of wants some edge too, and it kind of wants to be liberated and, make things better for everybody and fix things. So we're having to like figure out that we cannot fix things for everybody unless we fix things for ourselves first. And that's the big thing with Venus here squaring the nodes. And, by the end of the day, we're going to see the moon trine Pluto, and we're going to see the moon sextile Neptune. And Neptune's, making big aspects in this with a trine to the sun. So, super interesting about having faith in ourselves, but in the universe, but the universe is within ourselves. So it's really like getting back to the basis of that you have all the answers you need within you. It's just like, do you have, one, the courage to take on the responsibility of trusting that, and kind of maybe going outside of a comfort zone and kind of, maybe being more eccentric in yourself, or where are we limiting ourselves? And I think we're at a place where like we can't limit ourselves for good things any longer. We can only limit ourselves and create good boundaries and healthy boundaries for aspects of life right now that are not good, that are just definitely not giving us the quality that we're looking for. And we got to be like real honest and blunt about like what's providing value in life and what isn't providing value in life, who's providing value in life, who isn't providing value in life. And it comes down to, with Venus here, like making decisions. We have to make decisions. And we have to make decisions from our heart with Mars here in Leo. And it's still direct. And it's making really good aspects to the nodes, with a trine to the north node and a sextile to the south node. And it's more of that, like, if we can act from our hearts and do and create from a place of our own self-worth and value, and putting ourselves on a throne as like a king or a queen, that we can, and not only that we can, but that we deserve to create in that way, because we're self-actualizing more of our confidence and more of our uniqueness and more of our abilities and our capacities here, then we're on the right track. And I feel like it takes a lot of courage right now to sort of break out of cycles. And I do think that that's where Saturn getting ready to kind of truck through Pisces here and being direct now, it's like Pisces is these cycles, these loops. It's the fish go around in a circle perpetually. We have to be able to break cycles in our life that are not sustainable to the value that we have as a soul, and as a unique soul, and a soul with purpose, and a soul that came here to create. And not everything's always going to be, perfect and, sunshine and rainbows. And sometimes there's a weight and a heaviness to life. And we got to like take accountability and even responsibility for when the weight comes, that we can lift ourselves back up, that we can lift our, friends, our family up, that we can be in that role where we can help each other, but we can't do it unless we've helped ourselves. And we got to help ourselves get out of bad cycles so that we can help others get out of bad cycles. Just being there and having empathy for people when they go through things. So a lot of this is again more, what kind of a structure do you want moving forward in life? Do you really feel passionate about it? Do you really feel merged with the direction of life that you're going on right now, or not? Because if you don't, this is an opportunity to say bye. See you later. I tried, I gave it my all with Pluto finishing in Capricorn, but it's not what I want. It's what somebody else or something else has conditioned me to want. And I think this is about really getting back down to the truth of what you want and the freedom that you have to create what you want, and to not hold ourselves back from that or limit ourselves, but to be very courageous and strong and identified in whatever it looks like for you that is quality, because it's different for everybody. What I think is quality is not quality to other people. Some people have a much higher standard than I do. Some people have a much lower standard than I do. And that goes for all of us. And Uranus and Taurus is weird, because that's one of the stark differences of Uranus and Taurus, is that we all have this unique value system, and we all have this unique tier of like what's good and what's the best. And what's great and what's quality and what's not. It's okay. We don't all have to be lining up single file for what your values are or what their values are. But damn, you should sure liberate yourself and put all your effort and your passion and your resources and your capacities and take accountability and strive for something that is of your unique passion, that is of your unique value, and own that. And we're at a place now where it's like, what else is there to own in this reality? If you're not owning what brings just more better energy into your life, what are we doing in these cycles, you know? Why are we staying in things because we feel like we have to or because it's providing for us in some way? I mean, I get it. I get it. But if it's literally taking away our happiness and just another burden, what's the point? Like, why don't we burden ourselves with things that bring more quality, that let us be more free in our creative self-actualization of life and be more creators? And I think this is a good full moon to at least ask the questions. And like, we don't necessarily need the answers right now with these, mind planets of Mercury and Jupiter in opposition. We can believe and hope and be, toxically positive all we want, or we could be toxically negative all we want. And in the end, like, the mind doesn't really know what's what right now. And that's the weird part too, because it's more about like actually like, do you like the clothes you're wearing? It's much more physical with a full moon in Taurus. It's like the taste of life, the zest for life. What what is what is it? Do you like the smell of life right now? Do you like the smell of your partner? Do you like the smell of your job? Do you like the taste of the food that you get when you're at work? All these little things, add up over time, and we can, decide to merge and become, completely just overcome by anything, or we can start to overcome and surmount, challenges and, be more of a risk taker because it's worth it for us as individuals who want freedom and who want to feel more liberated to take the risk and try. And if we fail, we fail. It's okay. It's life. Capricorn ain't going anywhere. Like, I know Pluto's finishing here, but like, it's still here. And we're always going to have to take that accountability and that emotional accountability and that emotional responsibility for our actions, our decisions. And we're in a time where we need to make decisions and release things that are not good for us, that are not providing better. And that's a big part of this full moon. And a lot of it deals with our relationships, with Venus here squaring the nodes. Like, are people good for us right now, or are they not? Are they providing us with an identity in life that's giving us more quality, that's helping us feel more powerful, more authority as an individual, not over somebody else? But these are things that need to be or not even need to be, like, they're gonna be considered. And I think the more we think about different things, the harder it becomes to find the truth. With It's just a really weird opposition to have Mercury in Sagittarius opposing a Jupiter in Gemini, like, with Mercury gonna retrograde and just be in opposition for a while. Like, it's very strange. And we have to find some middle ground here of like our intuitive side and our logical side working together and like shaking hands and being like, I've seen enough proof and I do feel like this is going to be better. And just owning whatever that middle point is, taking the accountability and moving forward and just doing it from a place of wanting to grow and wanting to evolve. And yeah, that's where I'm at for the full moon. Hope you guys have a great full moon. I do. Could definitely be radical or shocking. Nervous system can feel pretty lit up, if you will. But it's all trying to show us something. It's trying to show us how to do better and to have better and to focus our capacities into places that are going to give us, better. To not stay in situations that are just hell in some ways. I think I'm going to do a live later today and do sun sign horoscopes. Shooting for it. I believe I have time after class. Class has been sweet. We've gone 2 weeks now, and students seem stoked. And yeah, if you're interested in taking the one-on-one mentorship, please do reach out to me via email. There's a description below, has my email, and you can reach out on Instagram if you follow me there. But yeah, it's been sick, and I have been just really enjoying teaching, and especially like getting to know people better and kind of working with them in their own style. It's been a really good journey so far. So I am looking for more because I like it so much. And also, if you want to book a reading, reach out too. I still do those. I feel like sometimes when you drop something new, people forget about the other thing, but I still like to do readings and help people in any way I can. So if you need a reading too, reach out. And now on to the card. Temperance reversed. We got this week earlier. That's so funny. It's been all major arcana this week, I swear. But again, it's not so much about the patience or the waiting. Like there's things that need to happen now, and like there's liberation that needs to happen now. And I think we can like be searching for this like really serene, peaceful sort of transition. But sometimes we just have to act on things, and sometimes we have to make decisions and calls for ourselves, and not just wait for peace to kind of show up. And that's even South Node and Libra stuff. And sometimes you just got to do things, and see where the chips fall. They'll fall where they may, if you will. So I think try to push yourself to this on this full moon to just break out of something that's stopping you from feeling like the most potent creative version of yourself, and try not to think about it so much and be back and forth in debate. And don't worry if you have to ruffle feathers. Like sometimes feathers need to get ruffled in life, and this full moon could ruffle some feathers, but it can also bring a high level of liberation and quality to our lives if we kind of take the risk to do so. I love you all. I hope you have a great full moon. Happy Friday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.